But
right.
I mean, it's already
For me, it says it's got a live thing in the corner. I'll already get a notification in a second to say we're live.
Yeah,
there it is. Yeah. What is that? I can't work that out. Oh, Charmander. when you were bringing it closer, it looked like Sandshrew.
No.
And then it kind of came into focus, and it was Charmander. I saw a Grand Theft Auto 5 mod of Pokemon, and
I've seen that.
Run around the Squirtle and Charmander and Bulbasaur.
It's so good.
It looks amazing. Charmander holding a hammer, just like.
Yeah, it's so fun, isn't it? Josh is straight in. Can't watch tonight as I'm out in town getting wankered, but have a lovely show, boys.
Happy birthday, Josh. It's his birthday today.
Oh, yes, and happy birthday to you, Josh. Are you 18? Are you allowed to get wankered?
He's 18 today, isn't he? That's
okay.
How it works, isn't it?
I don't know. It's been 10 years for me.
And the rest, Ryan, and the rest. You were getting wankered before then, right?
I was actually, mostly at home. But let us know if you're here watching. It's been a while since we've done these, so I'm sure everything will go wrong.
Oh, of course. I mean, when doesn't it, to be fair?
I know, we had 2 errors. Luckily, we jumped online 15 minutes before, and several things broke. So hopefully we should be okay.
Yeah. If our cameras suddenly just disappear, it's teething problems.
18 today. Well, congratulations, Josh. Well done for being born, and have a pint for us.
Like that. Well done for being born. People kept asking me when I turned 18, "Oh, do you feel any different?" I mean, it's like any other day, to be fair.
That's because you don't really drink, so you wouldn't feel any different. I felt quite different.
Very true. Very true.
Right. Hopefully this is gonna work.
Oh, you're going for something flashed up and it disappeared. So, there you go.
Oh, there we go. I just had something really odd happen. Hold on.
I like how it's perfect daylight out of your window. It almost makes it, because the curtains are drawn, it makes it look like it's night, the dead of night.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like really bright outside.
Ryan's currently in the Ukraine where it's nighttime.
I think I heard a fly. It flew in and flew out again because the curtain's drawn. So that's the bonus of having a curtain drawn. Or closed, not drawn. Anyway, FastPass tiers for Hollywood Studios. So they announced this officially this week. And
it's official, is it?
I believe it's official now, yeah. It's pretty shocking.
Yeah.
So, basically
surprised.
basically big FastPass changes are coming August the 29th, which just so happens to be the day that Galaxy's Edge opens in Hollywood Studios. And I guess in summary, every single ride is tier 1 and every single show is tier 2, which basically means, for those of you who aren't aware of the different tiers, you could only pick one thing in tier 1 and you could pick 2 things in tier 2, which is pretty shocking. And I don't really understand how it's going to benefit the crowds.
No, I should say the only exception to that is Star Tours, which is tier 2.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Are they trying to do you think they're trying to trick people into thinking Star Tours is Galaxy's Edge?
I mean, if you don't know that, you shouldn't be there, to be fair.
No, that is true. That is very true.
Saying. Yeah, I mean, because obviously before it was Slinky Dog Dash, Aliens, Sterling Saucers, and Toy Story Mania, which they seem to have silently renamed. Those 3 were tier 1, weren't they?
Yeah.
So it's Tower of Terror, Rock and Roll, and is it just Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster that are being added then? I suppose there's not a lot in.
Those are the 2 rides.
That is a shame, isn't it? Because, I mean, I guess it might reduce the queues on Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster because you'll have fewer people going with fast passes.
Yeah.
Because they can't get both of them in tier 2.
The one thing it will mean though is I think Fantasmic is the fast pass for Fantasmic is going to be taken up every single day. I mean, because based on that list, So tier 1, I would probably go with Slinky Dog Dash, just because it's going to be the busiest.
Yeah, Midway Mania is not too bad these days.
No, and the others are all kind of doable depending on the time of the year.
Yeah.
So I would probably go Slinky Dog Dash. And then tier 2 would probably be Star Tours and Fantasmic for me.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones. We walked into. The thing is, the park could well be at capacity almost every day, so you've got to take that into consideration. But Voyage of Little Mermaid should have closed about 10 years ago. Disney Junior Dance Parties, not for me. For the first time in forever, it's not for me, and it shouldn't be for anyone. It's been there ages now. Indiana Jones, you don't need a fast pass for. Muppet Vision, you don't need a fast pass for.
Definitely not.
And Beauty and the Beast live on stage should have closed 10 years ago.
And you don't particularly need a fast pass for it either.
No.
It's a pretty big auditorium, theatre, whatever you want to call it.
Well, this is it. You only have a certain amount of fast passes reserved for each show.
Yeah.
The only one that I would want to get a fast pass for is Fantasmic, really, just to make sure I've got a decent seat.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Fantasmic, same for me. Tier 2, Star Tours and Fantasmic, really. I guess it's probably going to make Star Tours busier.
I think so.
Because more people have fast passes for it, and they're going to want to use their fast pass. It might reduce some of the queues, maybe, or try to reduce some of the queues in Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster. I guess they're expecting the whole park to be busier because of Star Galaxy's Edge. So I guess they're trying to reduce the number of people going through the ride. An hour, basically.
It's going to be absolutely fucking mental.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't think we can kid ourselves. I'm planning on going to Galaxy's Edge maybe twice in the first week, just to do the 6 a.m. openings because it's ending when we're over there. Those 6 a.m. openings.
Right. Okay.
So I'm just going to hit Galaxy's Edge at 6 a.m. and that may well be the only time that I go there.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done the time slot thing that Disneyland have done. Because
I am as well.
It kind of makes sense. Like when you see some of the pictures, it doesn't look horrendously busy, like around in the bars and stuff like that. Like I saw a clip of somebody in the cantina, and they were like, "Oh, I'm going to try and get out," and it's like, well, they just walked behind because it wasn't that busy. They had the impression it was really busy, but it wasn't.
It wasn't at all. Yeah.
No.
It's going to be mental. I'm going to try and just get there at 6. Do the ride, do Smuggler's Run, go into the shops, and then leave. I don't even know if we'll. I don't even know. I think we'll do the other attractions, obviously, but I can't see us wanting to spend too much time in Hollywood Studios this year, which is a real shame because I think it's probably my second favorite park.
Yeah, because of the crowds? Is that
yeah.
Why? Yeah, I think it will be a little bit unbearable. I think. Even outside of Galaxy's Edge, it's going to be super busy.
I think so. But then, interestingly, maybe it won't be as busy in the other parks. So California Adventure right now is fairly quiet.
Right. Okay.
So I'd be interested to see what happens to the other parks as a result of this.
Yeah, I guess when you can obviously do your couple of days at Galaxy's Edge, like 6 a.m. starts, and then if you go back another day, you could go straight to Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, and hit those, and they'd probably be really quiet because everyone's flooding to Galaxy's Edge for opening.
What, for a 9?
Yeah. If you just did a normal day,
just head to there.
You could hit the others and do a quite a quick day at Hollywood. Don't bother with Star Wars that day.
Yeah. I think what we'll end up doing on the 6 a.m. is do Smuggler's Run, hit the shops. I might buy a lightsaber as well. They look pretty cool. They're expensive. $200 is very expensive.
But it's your honeymoon trip as well, so
I
think you can justify it that time, right?
The thing is, I know I can get one that looks quite similar for about £100.
Right. Okay.
So it's like it's all going to be about that experience.
Edge, though, Ryan, is it? It's not from Galaxy's Edge.
I know, that's the thing. But the thing is, I don't need a lightsaber. I've got nowhere to put it. Yes, we're planning on selling and moving next year. I'll have a whole garage dedicated to me. But that sounds weird. It
Don't
sounds like just sounds like I'll just have pictures of myself up everywhere. That's not
a little
it's not what's
shrine
going
in
to
the
happen.
corner.
That won't happen. But I can't. I don't think because I'm not going to be going to Disney World next year. I know that for sure. Well, not for sure, but I doubt it.
Right. Okay. I can't remember what you said your plans were for like next year.
Well, if I can make it to Japan, obviously we'll head to Japan.
Yeah.
But that will be it.
Right.
That
Okay.
will be it. I might head to Paris.
Maybe I was getting confused there. Maybe I was thinking because I think you looked at the prices for 2020 WDW, didn't you? But
I did, yeah.
Was that just out of curiosity?
Yeah.
Right,
I think
okay.
the next trip, which I actually haven't spoken to you about yet, but I know we've kind of had discussions about it. So what I'm thinking about doing in 2021 is heading over there for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And maybe we can head over there for that. And then Carly, Ben, Donna, Paul meet me over there, and I may end up doing 3 weeks over there.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What to get the for the 50th week?
Yeah. So get the 50th week done. Then the next 2 weeks will be with everyone else.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's not to say that it's because we were chatting about this actually on the car journey back from Alton Towers. That's not to say that you're required to ship off home at that stage. But I want to spend. I think because no one else wants to be there for the 50th, which is understandable.
Right. Okay.
Because it's going to be busy.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be such a big event. If I've got the potential to be there for it, I can't turn it down. There's not going to be an event that size at Disney World, for as long as either of us live now.
Yeah, because I mean it's what it's 1st of October, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the time of year that you go anyway. So it's like perfect timing for you, really.
I mean, it's there's a possibility we could be there for the 100th birthday when we're 80.
Exactly.
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible. I mean, I would be.
You'll be 79.
79. 78.
I think 78. I'll be because it's 50
Oh no,
years.
it's 2021, isn't it? Yeah.
Sorry, it's easy for me because I'm 30 that year, so I can go. Oh yeah, that's 50. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'll be 79. I'll be a sprucely 79.
Yeah, we're like, what?
Yeah.
What's all these decorations for? It's not my birthday.
Am I dying? Oh,
Grandad, we're taking you here because you love Disney, and it's the 100th anniversary. I'm not 100, Billy.
I think it's going to happen.
Our son of a grandson's calling me 100.
I mean, you see, like some like I don't want to say old. I don't want to say old, but I can't think of the other word. But you see quite a few old people, like couples, and that go around the park in their elder years. They love it. That's
absolutely.
Me.
I mean, I won't be able to go on any of the rides, but I'll be able to smash food and wine.
It'd be so fragile. I mean, although in 50 years they may have perfected what's the Wolverine thing?
Oh yeah,
adamantium. So could be running around at the age of 79.
That's true. That's very true. So Hollywood Studios FastPass tiers. We're going off a massive tangent. Though.
Massive tangent.
They're changing on August 29th in line with Galaxy's Edge opening.
I wonder how long they're going to keep that for.
I think it will be until at least Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opens.
Right. Yeah. Because there's no indication of when the fast passes for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge are going to be available.
No, they've not given any indication at all.
Yeah, as soon as they do, they'll be tier 1.
Simon says, "What did I miss? I just lost the Simpsons board game to Julie. Oh dear, oh dear. I've not heard of that. I've heard of Simpsons Monopoly. I've got that, but I've not heard of the board game. Basically, Simon, you've missed us talking about FastPass tier changes for Hollywood Studios. So that's only the first thing we were going to talk about today. So you've not missed too much. The next thing we're going to
the Simpsons board game.
I wonder what that sound was, like rustling and then intense clicking.
I can't work out. Is it? I can't see a decent picture of it. That's really difficult to work out. It looks quite complicated, but it's Simpsons, so it's probably aimed at quite a young age. So I'm going to say it's not going to be too difficult. But
I don't know if you've just insulted Simon there.
no, I haven't insulted Simon. I think it's it's perfectly reasonable that he could lose to Julie. But the game itself looks complicated from the outside, but I'm sure it's probably not. In terms of rules, it looks complicated rules.
I see. Yeah, you've made it clearer now.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't trying to offend Simon there.
So next on the list is Brazil potentially coming to Epcot. I mean, this rumor has been going for years.
Yeah.
Years and years and years. And so this is WDW News Today reporting on this. A week after they reported that the land and the seas were both closing at Epcot.
Yeah.
They're still standing by that. They still
maintain
absolutely
it,
standing by that. They said, what does Disney Twitter? Because Disney's official Twitter account tweeted saying it's not happening, and their response was, "Well, yeah, like Imagineering are going to tell the social media people." So according to WDW News Today, that rumor is still very much alive, and the land and the seas are both going to be demolished. Now, I could see them potentially getting rid of the seas and the Nemo ride. As much as I love looking at the animals, the Nemo ride is shit.
Yeah.
Even for youngsters, it's crap. The lands, though, like, really, are they going to be getting rid of Soarin'? Like, even if you remove Living with the Land, which is one of the greatest attractions at Disney World, I can understand why they might close that because, it's not exactly making them millions. However, it is producing produce for all of their restaurants and things in and around the land area.
And there's a behind-the-scenes tour, so presumably they earn a little bit of extra cash compared to the likes of Soarin', but they won't.
Yeah, well, that tour is super cheap, actually. We haven't booked it yet, but we're going to this weekend. Yeah. And I think it's $25 each.
Yeah, which I'm sure you told me this before, and it was like, it's massive. It's so reasonable, isn't it?
I mean, I don't think it's particularly long.
No,
but even so.
For $25, it's like, it's worth doing.
May as well do it, yeah. We've booked the Wild Africa trek now.
Nice.
That has been booked. I think that worked out, I want to say like $200 each.
Right, okay. It's not...
Maybe slightly less at the time of year that we were going.
Right, okay. Because it's like a 5-hour tour or something like that. 4 or 5 hour tour, is it?
5 hours, yeah.
Yeah, so again, that doesn't seem like too badly priced considering you're getting a 5-hour tour.
And you get food as well.
Yeah, so you get a meal and your 5-hour tour. It's not too bad for like a couple of $100 per person.
I don't think so. And I think we're doing it starting at 9:30. So we're at the lodge, which means it's not too much of an early start. We could have had one starting at 8:15 or 8:30, I think, but we were like, no, let's go for 9:30 because we've got quite a few intense days already in that first couple of weeks.
Yeah, you just kind of want to take it a little bit easier.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably do the tour, do a couple of rides, and probably head to Disney Springs or something and just have a drink and relax after that.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna be bloody burnt, like walking around in the African savannah for 5 hours. I'm gonna be
getting your sweat on.
Yeah, I mean, apparently it runs even in the rain, so unless there's a huge lightning storm, it still goes ahead, which is good. But I mean, the rumor is that Brazil Pavilion is coming to Epcot without an attraction.
Right. Okay.
Which, I mean, what is the point? What is the point? Yes, you could open a Brazilian steakhouse. I'm sure it would do very well. Is it going to beat the Celia? Of course not. Why would it? Yes, you could do the I forget the name of the festival that they have over in Brazil every year. It's huge. They could do that. They could theme it to that, which would be amazing. Without an attraction, though, I don't see the point. Why? I get the reasoning for it. There's a lot of Brazilian guests that go to Walt Disney World, but why open a brand new area of the park and not have an attraction? I think it's a bit weird.
It's the WDW News Today reckon it'll be between Italy and Germany, neither of which have an attraction, do they?
No, I mean
So
there is space specifically for a new country in that area.
right, okay,
So you know, on that grounds, if you're going to add a country to World Showcase, that's definitely one of the places where you could put it.
right.
But I don't know, like Brazil, the Brazilian food is great. I've eaten it several times, and as I said, I'm sure they could theme it brilliantly. But I mean, why not just add an attraction?
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not. It wouldn't be particularly a big draw. It's like, oh, there's a new pavilion, but there's no attraction, so I can go and
Yeah,
shop in a restaurant. Like, it's not. It's not going to be something I'm going to rush to Epcot to go and see what's new. Um, you know, Guardians, absolutely. Brazilian pavilion with no ride, probably not.
what type of ride would you put into the Brazil Pavilion? I would actually put a boat ride through a like a lush rainforest
Okay,
with
yeah,
some
that could work.
animatronics, with some like jungle animatronics.
Hmm.
Keeps to the theming of Epcot. It's educational. It doesn't have to include Disney characters, although Disney being Disney in 2019, if an attraction does open up in Brazil, of course it would include Disney characters. But
Yeah.
that's what I would
Can,
do. I'd make it a little like a cross between Living with the Land and the Grand Fiesta Tour.
right. A little bit. Rivers, not Rivers of Light. Um, what's the Avatar one?
Navi River Journey.
Yes, the one. Yeah, a little bit
Yeah,
that sort of esque thing.
a little bit like that. But really kitted out, so you've got proper like they're real plants. They're not just like fake plastic shit.
Yeah,
Which you could do, and I think you could tell the story of how humans are destroying the rainforest without pushing it down people's throats, and show people like the wonder and the beauty of our planet, which I think is what Epcot's all about.
yeah, yeah. I think it's a nice idea. My only thought is that you've got um, Living with the Land, which is boat ride, Grand Fiesta Tour boat ride, Frozen boat ride. There's quite a few boat rides already in Epcot.
There's not enough boat rides in Epcot.
Not enough boat rides. Okay, cool, 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 cool.
Let's
Just
be honest,
checking.
Grand Fiesta Tour is not staying as it is right now for very much longer.
No, I mean, they've already like themed some bits to Coco, so it would make a lot of sense if they put a Coco ride.
Yeah.
But I mean, especially if they're going to be transitioning over to more character-based stuff in Epcot.
Yeah, I mean Disney being Disney, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's going to be a Jungle Book ride, and then everyone will be like, I think the Jungle Book is actually set in India, and they'll be like, no, it's Brazil. Brazil, it's fine, whatever.
They're going to re-edit all the films everywhere. They're going to re-edit it and deny knowledge.
Disney is boat rides, Dan. Come on.
That's very true. They do have a lot of boat rides. Like
They do.
just thinking through it, they have a lot.
What would you put in there, Dan? Is there anything you springs to your mind?
I don't know really. I was trying to think of a film that would be kind of like Brazilian-esque, but I can't think of any.
I mean, the only Brazilian Disney character I can think of, and anyone watching now, let me know if you think otherwise, is one of the three Cavaleiros.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of.
And it wouldn't really make sense. Obviously, if they did get rid of them at the Mexico Pavilion, they could just port it across, couldn't they? Because
They could, yeah.
it's a bit of a reach in Mexico anyway.
It is, yeah. Given that one's American and one's Brazilian.
Yeah, I was just trying to see. I mean, I could be really stupid, but where's future song? I was just trying to see where the Road to El Dorado is meant to be based. That is South America somewhere, isn't it? Oh no, it's a DreamWorks film. I thought it was a Disney. I was thinking it was a Disney film. My bad. The disappointment on your face.
It's like I knew it. I
think I'm mixing up like Road to El Dorado and Emperor's New Groove there, thinking it's a Disney
Emperor's
film.
New Groove.
Emperor's
Now,
New Groove.
Where does that take place?
I can't spell it. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Google, for spelling Emperor for me.
It's definitely not Brazil, but I mean they could stretch it.
They could stretch it. It's a bit more likely than Jungle Book. I mean, it's Emperor of the Inca Empire. That's like South
Brazil,
America.
weren't
they? The Inca Empire they've got down as like the left side of South America, and my geography is shite, so I can't think of what's down that left-hand side. I know Chile's somewhere down there, isn't it?
No, it's not Egypt.
I mean,
Emperor's New Groove is actually a good show.
That could work. I mean, it's a really old film.
It's a great film, though. I think it's an underappreciated film.
Peru and Chile and Ecuador, that's where they're saying the Inca Empire is.
Okay, I think you could stretch it.
It's not far from Brazil. It's really not far.
Yeah, I think you could stretch it. Given that the film is obviously made up anyway, they could stretch it to Brazil, couldn't they?
Yeah. Well, actually, it looks like the tiniest sliver might be in current day Brazil.
There you go. Job done.
So
there you
sorted.
Go. Disney Imagineers watching this. You're welcome.
Yeah, we've got it sorted for them. Yeah, I mean, the film is 19 years old.
Perfect timing. Introduce it for the 20th anniversary. Job done.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Wow, they spent 100 million on that film, and they made 169 million at the box office.
Yeah, it didn't do particularly well.
But we don't want to let that worry us. We're still going to go.
I think it's one of those. It's one of those films now, though, that everyone loves.
Yeah.
But I think did it follow Tarzan? It was around that time, wasn't it? I think it followed Tarzan, and it might have even been. It's around the same time as like Treasure Planet and Going to Atlantis, and like
it's all that kind of like rough early noughties films, isn't it?
Chicken Little as well. That was another shit film. Meet the Robinsons, another shit film. But for me, like in that era, and Tarzan's like the end of the era, and I think one of the only decent films of that era is Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, so Tarzan was 1999. Then you had Toy Story 2, then Fantasia.
That doesn't count. It's Pixar.
Then the Tigger movie. Then Dinosaur. Okay. So Dinosaur was made 2000. Emperor's New Groove, December 2000.
Yeah, Dinosaur didn't do as well as they thought it was going to.
No, I can imagine. I didn't mind Dinosaur.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I saw it a few times.
Let's go get that dino.
It made a lot more than Emperor's New Groove.
Did it?
It made 350 mil at the box office.
They were pushing the animation style a lot in the advertising, from what I remember.
Yeah, it clearly worked.
And the kids love dinosaurs as well, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Brazil coming to Epcot is a strong possibility. I expect to see more from this at D23 later this year. I think that Bob Chapek has already said that they're going to be revealing a lot more plans for Epcot at D23. I expect it to be quite a large focus of that event. I can't wait. I think we may, depending on when it is, and if they do a live stream, we may well end up doing some kind of show or live blogging like we did last time. We could do a live show as it's airing, couldn't we?
We could do.
I mean, we'll be shattered because it'd be like 3 a.m, but
we'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
I mean, nobody will be watching because it'll be 3 a.m, but
that's true.
It'll be fun.
We can have it on YouTube before anyone else.
Yeah. Well, a lot of other people.
So next on the list is some changes this year at Walt Disney World regarding Christmas or the holiday season.
You're getting into the spirit, are you?
Exactly.
Climatizing yourself.
I think the biggest two things that are coming from this year is huge, like for the first time that I can remember, some Christmas celebrations happening at Animal Kingdom, like on quite a large scale.
Yeah, because I mean, they didn't.
Simon says they watched the show. See,
there you go, sorted. because obviously Animal Kingdom got a lot of attention, didn't it? Like in the last few years with Avatar coming, and then the Tree of Life shows and Rivers of Light. Not that you should go and see that. It's surprising they didn't do this last year.
Yeah, it's surprising. Although some of what they're doing to Animal Kingdom, I think, works, and some of it doesn't.
Right.
There's one thing in particular, if I can just try and find it. So they're adding loads of Christmas stuff to the Discovery Island area, which I think makes a lot of sense. I'm like really on board with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've got, so you cross the bridge into Discovery Island. You find yourself in the midst of a celebration of winter, handcrafted by an eclectic community of artists who make the island their home. The village is filled with sparkling white holiday decorations. Blah 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 blah. That all sounds amazing. You've got going to have lanterns and things glow at night. Tree of Life will awaken with a series of winter tales as well, which sounds cool. Then you've got Dinoland USA, which is going to be all Christmassy as well. I think that will look really cool as well.
Yeah.
Then you've got Asia, and they've decorated the theatre district in celebration of Diwali. Is it Diwali?
Okay.
I want to say that's how you say it. But Diwali actually runs before Christmas. It's not even at Christmas. So it's a bit of an odd one, a bit cash in / I don't get it. It's not like Diwali, I think, is November, like early November, and this is going to be running until January. So it just seems a bit weird. And then you've got perhaps the holiday that is celebrated most in Africa, Christmas. Where they're going to have some kind of unique holiday presentations and things in Africa, which again sounds a bit weird. And then to make things weirder, the expats living and working on the moon of Pandora are bringing a little Christmas time fun to that alien home with a display at Pongu Pongu. And they're going to have some vintage pieces from Earth with items handcrafted from materials that you can find on Pandora. So it's a bit weird. Like there's some stuff that I'm really looking forward to seeing. And then you've got some stuff that seems a bit on, like why are you celebrating this religious holiday outside of when it's actually set, just to try and make Christmas happen or some kind of holiday happen in every land of Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Avatar they can kind of get away with that, can't they? They can probably get away with that.
Oh yeah, Avatar makes sense because obviously there's humans that live there, and they're going to want to celebrate Christmas. But Africa and Asia seems to be the odd ones to me.
Yeah, I mean, Asia, I looked up Diwali is, or however it's meant to be said, is on the 27th of October. So,
there you go. Yeah, so it's not even close.
Yeah. I mean, there's quite a lot of, I'm just trying to see what the big religious beliefs are in Africa. It's kind of a mix between Islam and Christianity.
Okay, so Christmas is celebrated. So,
but it kind of
works.
Yeah.
So that's Animal Kingdom, which I'm looking forward to. Having not seen that park particularly well decorated at Christmas, I'm really looking forward to seeing it this year. Then we go on to Magic Kingdom. So they've got a new fireworks show called Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks. What is that name about?
I mean, who have they hired to come up with these names?
But yeah, they just like phone it in, don't they? They phone it in on the names every time. It's like, right, we need a name for this. Okay, what's the show going to be about? Well, Minnie's in it. We've got fireworks. It's going to be set at Christmas. So we really need a catchy name.
It sounds wonderful.
I've got it. Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks. Steve, all you've done is describe exactly what this show is. Brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, it sort of is. Yeah. Here's another 20 mil. I mean, I'm sure they don't get paid that well.
I mean, if they do, then we're in the wrong business because I can't come up with a better name than that.
Yeah.
So it's going to celebrate the magic of Christmas with medleys of beloved holiday songs from Joy to the World and Deck the Halls to Up on the Housetop and We Wish You a Very Merry Christmas. You'll be able to
do you know what Up on the Housetop is?
Never heard that in my life, no.
No, don't know what that is.
So they run from November 8th to December 22nd. And we, I believe, are going on the 13th of November.
So the Christmas time fireworks don't run up until don't actually run on Christmas.
Christmas Day, no.
Do they have like a different celebration on those few days, or
Christmas Day has massive fireworks. New Year's Eve has massive fireworks as well.
What about the 23rd and the 24th?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's so busy anyway.
Maybe they're setting up for the Christmas time one.
I think
Christmas Day ones.
I think it's more because it's so busy. They don't need to sell tickets because the park's literally one of the only times a year where the parks reach capacity. It's Christmas.
Right. Okay. They don't need to draw people in the show.
No. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've not been to Disney World Christmas time since 2015. So we're there for Halloween and Christmas this year, and I'm looking forward to it. Simon says, if Animal Kingdom does it subtly, it should work, but if it's done like Magic Kingdom, it will look shit. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they do it tastefully.
I think they will. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they will.
I think they can probably appreciate that it's kind of the really in-your-face Christmas celebrations probably won't work in Animal.
Yeah. And some other things at Magic Kingdom. So obviously you've got Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade, a Totally Tomorrowland Christmas, and Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration stage show, and the Frozen Holiday Wish stage show, where Queen Elsa will magically transform Cinderella Castle with glistening ice.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they do that in Happily Ever After, don't they?
Yeah, it's not done particularly well. Frozen just needs to die, doesn't it?
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, given Frozen 2.
Not with Frozen 2, yeah. And then Epcot, you've got the usual candlelight processional, holiday kitchens, that kind of thing. That's the one event at Epcot I've not been to, and I still won't be going to this year because it doesn't start until November the 29th.
Oh, okay. That's
because
quite late, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the Food and Wine Festival ends, I think, after we've left, which is November 16th. So
right.
The Food and Wine Festival obviously makes them a shit ton of money.
Yeah, true.
One year I would like to go to the candlelight processional and I'd like to see the holiday kitchens, but I'm glad that I see every other Disney park decorated for the holidays.
Yeah.
And then you've got Disney's Hollywood Studios, which I'm actually really looking forward to because I've not yet seen Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam.
Presumably apart from a YouTube video.
Yes, apart from a YouTube video. And that's because last time I was there for Christmas, it was still the Osborne family lights.
Right, okay, yeah.
Which were amazing. Like, I only saw them once, but they were just incredible. So I'm looking forward to seeing Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam.
I mean, that's where a show name has done well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they've done a good job at that.
Yeah. Completely.
It's probably criticised internally for being absolute shite. You know?
Yeah.
What are you on about? It only takes like 2 seconds to say it. That's
exactly.
That's a shit name.
Yeah, you're fired. And then Disney Springs is adding some new holiday shopping and dining. So what have we got here? We've got some toy soldiers, stilt walkers, carolers, and living statues in holiday attire. And holiday decorations are setting the colourful stage for Disney Springs festivities, which run November the 8th to January the 5th. So at least I'll get to see Disney Springs all kitted out. And you can meet Santa as well.
We know what you're going to be doing then, don't we?
Well,
jolly Santa Claus welcomes guests.
From December 25th. Isn't he busy on December the 25th? Or...
That's a bit weird, isn't it? Oh no, they're saying Santa Goofy takes over.
Oh, when he returns to the North Pole. That is good. That is good.
They've thought of everything.
They bloody have, haven't they? So I think there's some good stuff there. Actually, I'm really looking forward to all the Christmas stuff this year. I do prefer the Halloween season, but I love Christmas. It's one of my favorite times of year. So I'm going to be extra magical over in Disney this year. Spreading my Christmas joy everywhere.
Oh dear. I'm not going to delve too deeply into that.
I will be. And then the final thing we wanted to talk about before we open up to any potential questions, and that is Universal shocking guests before Halloween Horror Nights this year.
Oh,
And that's because they are literally shocking guests, and they had to close the park.
we're talking about Volcano Bay here, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah. So, long story short, basically, whatever. I think it maybe impossibly since the park opened, they hadn't quite got their electrics in order, and multiple people complained in the past in those last kind of 12, 18 months about feeling um, like something has suddenly hit them, kind of thing.
Right.
And it turns out the electrics are busted, and I mean, thank Christ it didn't affect anyone with a pacemaker.
Yeah, that's very true. I went there and I'm fine.
Yeah, you developed quite the twitch after that trip.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know what caused it, but yeah. I mean, that's nuts, isn't it? Like, oh, go on.
I was going to say, when I see you tomorrow, I'll give you an electric shock and see if it sorts you out.
Shock it out of me. Yeah, I think that's what needs to happen. I mean, that's really bad, isn't it? Like, I'm guessing they're talking about when people are in the water.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, it's weird how it must have been relatively subtle. Like, I doubt there's people just like absolutely frying.
The worrying thing is, I'll read some of this statement here. This is from Universal Orlando. We know there are questions about the issues we've recently faced at Volcano Bay, and we want to answer those questions. On Sunday, several guests began to tell us that they felt shocks or other similar sensations while in the park. Some of our lifeguards also told us they felt something. First, we began to care for our guests and team members. Our medical staff asked each guest if they wanted to go to the hospital. All said no. A small number of our lifeguards asked to go to the hospital. Fortunately, they were quickly released and are all fine.
It took us some break from work, didn't they?
Yeah, like notice I was only the lifeguards that were like, yeah, okay. It took us some time to understand exactly where those shocks were occurring. As we identified specific areas, we quickly closed rides in other parts of those areas. We eventually closed the entire park out of abundance of caution.
I like that. They started closing rides because they were getting reports like here, there, and stuff like that. And they were just like, oh my God, it's everywhere. Just close the park.
Shut it down. The best thing is they were like, we've worked with the OUC, outside electrical contractors, and our own experts, and we now know the problem is specifically electrical. Not good when you're opening and operating a water park.
No, those two things, well, they do go together really well.
Yeah,
worryingly,
yeah. We spent hours and days since Sunday testing and retesting our electrical system across the entire park, and we've made repairs and modifications to our electrical system. We believe this has resolved the issue. Not sure. I think so.
There's a lot of confidence there, isn't there? A lot of confidence.
That screams like legally they have to say that, just in case it happens again.
Yeah, just in case somebody gets a shock. They are legally covered.
But yeah, it's pretty shocking.
Oh. See what you did there. It looks like they've still got some closed though.
There's still rides closed now.
Some attractions within Volcano Bay remain closed while we continue testing. I mean, just close the park for a little bit longer if you're still testing.
Yeah, it's worrying, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, so that's a little bit worrying. But actually, the Halloween Horror Nights tickets related to that have all gone on sale now. I know, Simon, you were going to be buying a significant pass for the event. I got my tickets a few months ago because I'm only going for 2 nights, whereas the tickets that just went on sale this week were kind of like your frequent visit ones, where you go multiple times during the event. So yeah, and then lastly, I said lastly a minute ago, but new Star Wars game.
Yes, Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order, yeah.
Yeah.
So this, quite possibly this weekend, is basically like Dan and I's Christmas, where so E3 officially starts on Monday, but you've had some reveals today, and Microsoft's are doing their event tomorrow. But basically, it's the video games conference of the year, and it's new Star Wars game. If you've not seen it, they released a gameplay trailer today, and it looks amazing, like really, really cool. Go and check it out. It's well worth it. It's like 14 minutes long, the footage, but it looks amazing. I can't wait to play it when it comes out in November. I think it's the day before I come home. I want to say.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good timing then.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks really, really cool. Yeah, Rush for Fear. That's with Express. Nice. I need to get some Express passes actually, Simon. But when I was on the website earlier, it wouldn't let me access the. It wouldn't let me access the event extras, which I'm assuming is where the Express is. And yeah, it's just not loading anything. So any ideas on how to get around that would be appreciated, because I want to get Express for at least one of the nights that I'm going.
Makes sense. Presumably the first night you should do it.
Yeah, I think so. And then we'll just go back and probably the second night, just do the ones we really enjoyed.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe,
And it also, obviously, with Donna not having done it before, she won't have to wait in loads of queues like we didn't have to wait in lots of queues.
If you're a bit worried or get scared, then I think the Express is well worth it. I think I might also be going back to Alton Towers the weekend before I go to do Scarefest.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool.
So yeah, they do like a scary thing. I don't know how it compares, but might as well use manual pass.
Oh yeah, definitely. That makes sense.
Yeah, cheers, Simon. That'd be appreciated if you could send the link across.
Nice.
So unless there's anything else, any questions that anyone has for us, we will call this live show to an end. It's been the first show that we've done in a while, but that's because we've had, there's been some life changes happening.
I know you got married. It's so selfish, isn't it? It's just like had to stop all the live videos because of it. So.
Yeah, I know. But now life is back to some kind of normality. We should be doing one of these videos every weekend now, which should be good. Where we can. There may be the odd weekend or thing where we miss one, but we're fully aiming to have these back and running as we intended them to be right from the beginning. Oh, good. Scarefest is fun. I'll make sure that we get down to see that. I think the hotel's looking like 180 quid for the night, maybe. And I think it's like
right.
I think it's like an extra. Yeah, and I think it's like an extra tenner for the Scarefest if you've got an hour.
Oh, okay. That's very reasonably priced.
Yeah. Question for you, Dan.
Oh, is this how did the parking at the Swan and Dolphin work? That's a good question. I mean, our parking was included in the cost of our stay. I don't know if that is the case going forward, because I think it was kind of in that weird sort of transition phase where they did introduce the paid parking. But we managed to get it free when we booked through Virgin. So you just use your room key to get in and out of the car park, and it was fine. The great thing was that because you're staying on resort, they give you free parking at the parks as well, and you can just show your room key, and they let you straight through. And so when we changed hotels, we just kept using the room key because they don't take it away and they don't check anything on it. They don't scan it. They just look at it. So we got some free parking.
There you go. Also, I believe, Simon, depending on when you're going, for now the UK is still not paying for parking at Disney. So US residents, US residents will have to pay nightly. The UK, I want to say it's until next year. Do not pay for parking, but I would have to check the exact date. But I'm sure you're fine. Like this year, completely fine.
Nice. I mean, we're going to go back. Like whenever we go back next time, we're going to try the card again. Even if we're staying at a Universal Resort or anything like that. But
what Disney hotel would you go and stay at next?
Good question. Very good question. I'm not sure. I mean, staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge would be amazing, but I
was going to say
all that sort of stuff.
That is one that I can thoroughly recommend. It's one of the Disney hotels that it's obviously set to an African lodge, but it feels so Disney. It's so weird. It feels so. It's probably the most Disney hotel that you can stay in. That's not one of the cheaper ones. So Pop Century, All Star Music, Movies, Sport, they all feel really Disney.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. As you would expect.
Yeah. And then the more expensive ones, like Old Key West doesn't particularly feel like a Disney hotel. It's great because you can access
That's
Disney
the
a
one
lot.
where we stayed at, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always forget the
Yeah.
name of it.
It's a great hotel. It's
Hmm.
the lobby area feels very Disney, but the rooms themselves aren't like that Disney. The resort's not that Disney, but it's a great hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a go, Simon. Like, give the card thing a go. See, all that can happen is they say no, right? You may as well give
Yeah.
it a go.
Yeah. I mean, every time that we went through, you just hold up the card, they look at it, and they just let you straight on through.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. I don't think the cards have any dates on them. I've got them somewhere, but I don't think they have any dates on them. So even if they looked at it, they wouldn't be able to tell when you were staying.
Yeah. Nice.
So it seems like a bit of a flawed system, that one.
Yeah, I'm sure one that they will plug in the very near future.
Yeah, yeah. When they realise what people are doing, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind going back to Old Key West again. That was it was a really nice resort. I can't think of other.
Oh wow! Look, we can make comments appear on here.
Oh wow!
How didn't I know that was a thing?
We're just like discovering features in real time.
That's amazing because now when I upload it to YouTube, people watching YouTube, it will make sense and I won't have to repeat the question every time.
Ah, that'd be good.
Now I can't get rid of it though.
I see. I have a button that says hide parent comment, so I don't know. It doesn't do anything. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Let's see if I've got the mask. There we go. I can do
Cool.
it.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, we've just learned something new. Yeah, exactly, Simon. Any beer money that you can save is a must. And I'll tell you from my experience, go to Disney Springs Monday through was it Sunday? So either Sunday through Thursday, and the happy hours there are.
I like it how they call them happy hour, but they're like multiple hours they're on for.
Don't question the hour.
I mean, I'm not. Just change the name of it. You know, just what I'm saying. Change the name.
The more I'm in the happy hour, the merrier I get.
I wonder why is that. I wonder why that is. It's weird correlation.
Don't know. Well, thank you very much for watching this week's episode of the live show. Unless there's any more questions, we will call it a day. And don't forget, we are back on Monday with the normal podcast, where I'm going to be talking about Alton Towers.
Yes. I was trying to think whether we had it recorded or whether that is the episode we're recording tomorrow. We're
recording tomorrow, yeah. So I'm going to be talking about Alton Towers and what I thought of my very first trip to the resort. So
good to hear.
Yeah, stay tuned for that on Monday. So thanks for watching, everyone, and hopefully we'll see you next weekend for another